Welcome back to Disconnected Travels web series Unplugged. We know you've been waiting for part 2, and we're super excited to jump right in and give you some real-life insight into Panama's amazing culture. Panama's vibrant culture is a tapestry woven from the threads of diverse influences. From its indigenous roots to the colonial legacy, the Central American nation embraces a rich mosaic of customs. Traditional music and dance, such as the exuberant polera and the soul-stirring tamborito, reflect the nation's spirit. The people of Panama hold their traditions close to their hearts, celebrating Carnaval, Diablos y Congos, and Semana Santa with fervor. The tantalizing flavors of Panamanian cuisine, blending Spanish, African, and indigenous ingredients, invite all to savor their unique heritage. In Panama, culture is not just a legacy, it's a living, breathing testament to the nation's enduring spirit. What I love most about Panama is that they party hard and will stand together in trying times when they have concerns regarding environmental impact, indigenous rights, and sustainable development. I decided to move to Panama for a few months, and during my time here, I was able to experience their unity in full action. In 2023, there was an uprising of protest here in Panama related to the mining contracts the government signed that posed not only environmental and indigenous rights concerns, but health, social, and regulatory transparency concerns across the country. Panamanians have made it clear that they do not want mining here in their country and have continued to peacefully protest and fight for what they believe. They have continued to protest by marching, creating road closures, and standing in solidarity by closing businesses that affect tourism. While it may be a tad bit inconvenient for travelers like myself, with all of the things happening in the world right now, to see solidarity and people fighting against the powers that be, you honestly can't be mad. We all know that saying, si no defiendes algo, careas en cualquier cosa. Now that I've given you some context and some info on what's happening currently, let's get into what makes Panama a unique destination for travel and exploration. The U.S.'s close relationship with Panama makes it super easy for Americans to come in and stay for up to 180 days without requiring a visa. So if you're like me and love cultural immersion, this is the perfect place to get approximately 5 months of that. Like the U.S., Panama has an array of imported goods and stores that you can find for anything that you need. I loved and frequented Albert Mall, Multi Plaza, El Dorado Mall, stores like Extra, Ray, Reba Smith. Panama also has an amazing transportation system. Between trains and buses, they run like clockwork and you can get anywhere in the city. Uber here is super inexpensive, as well as the taxis, and here you can benefit from very affordable short-term rental leases. I know you've all been waiting to hear about the nightlife. Panama has an array of restaurants and bars and nightclubs that you can enjoy while visiting. Some of my recommendations would be Salinas on Wednesday night for salsa night, Diablos when you want to turn up and take advantage of an open bar, Tantalo is a popular place for food and nightlife, Casa Casco for the rooftop vibes, Chupitos for the shots, Casa Jaguar for the Thursday night vibes, and the Club at the American Trade for jazz, salsa, and any date night need. The food here in Panama is utterly amazing. We recommend the following restaurants where you can enjoy barco frito, patacones, camarones ahillo, sancocho, arroz de coco, ropa vieja. So many great things to savor here. We also thought it would be great to provide you with a list of some of our recommended beaches. Some of these beaches are the best beaches here in Panama, and some do offer beach clubs and day passes, as well as overnight stays. It's only right that we give you some common phrases that are used by local Panamanians in the city. Que chopa! It's important to learn some of the basic phrases before you visit, especially as not everyone in Panama knows English, and especially those who live in the interior or the central parts of Panama tend to mainly speak Spanish. So it's always good to learn some different phrases before you go. In terms of traveling to Panama, December through June is the best time. Although there may be some rainfall during that season, you should be able to experience a lot of sunshine with rainfall that only lasts about an hour or so. But I really want to dig into some of the key things that I learned as an expat being here in Panama. It really taught me a lot, and not only about myself, but about how people live outside the U.S. and the privileges that we have in America. As they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And this is something that I hold so true when visiting or going anywhere in the world. Why? Because this is the way you can ensure you get the most out of your experience, you can avoid being offensive, and you can open your mind to the things outside of your comfort zone. In Panama, you get all of the same amenities, all of the same things, but there are a few things that are different. Let's talk about toilet paper. Since the septic tanks and their sewage systems are very different than us back at home, you definitely need to discard of your paper waste in the trash instead of in a toilet. So definitely be prepared for that. In Panama, there are neighborhoods that you can go to and neighborhoods you should avoid, just like any other place. So always use situational awareness anywhere you go. Panama, in my mind, is generally safe, and many neighborhoods and areas that they tell you not to go to are actually decent areas with regular working class people. Sometimes you can't always believe the hype, but you should always be alert and minimize wearing or taking valuable items into areas you're unfamiliar with. As discussed in part 1, Panama has maintained its native roots and still has its indigenous inhabitants living throughout the country. This is so beautiful to see. I highly recommend that you visit their compounds and support the art items that they sell out on the street. Drinking water here in the city is absolutely fine. If you prefer bottled water, they also have that too. It's important for women especially to be super careful here in the local taxis. It's generally better to use Uber or the taxis during the day, as at night they are untraceable and there have been several stories of rape and sexual assault. So ladies, be careful. And for my guys, my passport bros, we know that this is one of your favorite places to visit. Prostitution, while not legal, is present and normalized. Places like the Old Trump Hotel and Alejandro's tend to be the hangout places for men who love beautiful women and a good time. If you visit Panama and can spend longer than 5 days, we highly recommend that you visit the surrounding cities and towns of Colón, Chame, Boquete, and Bocas del Toro. All some great places to explore. Panama is definitely worth a visit. If you're interested in travel to Panama or have questions, follow us on IG and send us a DM. We are so happy to help. Remember, you deserve a break from reality. Stay tuned for our next episode on Bonaire. Like, comment, and share.